Hello and welcome to your Multifamily 5x5 for the week of March 8th, 2010. I'm Heather Bloom and I'm your host here at Behind the Leasing Desk's weekly web show where we give you 5 topics in 5 minutes to help you kick off your week. This week I'd like to kick off with a couple of words about WMFA, which is my local NAA affiliate, the Washington Multifamily Housing Association. I want to tell you about their upcoming educational conference and expo, which is April 21st at the Meydenbauer Center in Bellevue. If you are in the Seattle area, please put this one on your calendar and come down and check it out. It will be a great show this year. We're offering several classes. I'm teaching 2 classes myself that day, and our keynote speaker is Miss Jackie Ramstead, who is absolutely fabulous. We're also offering real estate clock hours at the conference this year, so check the link at the bottom of your screen for more information on pricing and tickets and also for registration. Again, that's April 21st at the Meydenbauer Center in Bellevue. Next up, dovetailing off of that vendor trade show side, I want to talk about some of the great expo swag ideas that I've seen in the last year. My first one that I saw was at Valet Waste, which is an eco-friendly waste management company. They actually gave out seedlings for trees that you could take home and plant. It made a great connection with me and it really made me want to learn more about their products. Also, one of my favorite vendors to see at national trade shows is Ellipse Inc. and with their slingshot cows and their giant cow bears, which are plush and cuddly and fabulous, and I really want one. These vendors have ideas that aren't the usual, but they do stick out in your mind. Some other great ideas like that go a little bit beyond pens are USB drives, which are getting increasingly cheap and are also getting easier to logo. Logoed cookies, fortune cookies, post-it notes, post-it note pens like this flagger highlighter right here from apartments.com, which I've had for 3 years. It's one of my favorites because it's got the little post-it note flags built right into it. These are very useful items for people in the office to have. Think a little bit beyond what you've seen and try to reach a little bit further this year. Next up, I want to talk a little bit about March being Youth Arts Month in America, and it's no better time for you to have a kids art contest at your property. This is a very easy event to set up. You initially would pick a theme, something simple like home, happiness, spring, any of those sort of things. March is a good theme. And then you set a deadline and set a size guideline for the people to turn in their artwork. You would want to display them for about a week in your cabana. Not only is this a great resident event that you can have at the end of the week where you present awards and you recognize the young artists, but it's also a great way to start conversations with potential residents because people are going to remark on the fact that your cabana is filled with kids' artwork and nobody else's cabana was. Mind of management. I want you to train your team to think this week. Now, I know that as a manager, so often your team's going to look to you with their problems and their concerns and all these issues, and they want you to solve them. And I'm asking you not to. That's right, I'm asking you not to solve your team's problems. I want you to stop accepting the problems from your team, and I want you to start requiring them to give you a solution. Some solutions that they give you aren't going to be plausible, but if you make them give you 3 solutions with every problem that they bring you, not only are you teaching your team members to problem solve and empowering them, but there's some other great consequences that come from this as well. Things like raising the confidence level of the job they're doing, new ideas and innovation that you might not have come up with before. It reduces stress on you, which I'm sure is always welcome. It's also going to reduce idle complaints. And it's going to uncover some hidden strengths in your team that you might not have known were there. If they want to bring you a complaint, they got to bring you 3 solutions for the problem at the same time. I also want to give you guys a reading recommendation this week. It's called The Contrarian's Guide to Leadership. It is by Stephen B. Sample. I happen to have a copy of it right here. It's one of my favorite leadership books because it examines the true realities of being a leader and it offers a lot of really good advice. One of my favorite pieces of leadership advice came right out of this book, and it's know which hill you're willing to die on and keep its location to yourself. Again, that's The Contrarian's Guide to Leadership by Stephen B. Sample. Please check it out. It's a great book. Just a reminder, if you want to come out and see me speak and you're in the Seattle area, I will be doing a keynote at the RHA Trade Show. There's a link for that at the bottom of the screen on March 17th. Also, the BTLD deal on the optimization summits is still running. That's going to be for $125 off of registration, and the time is running out on that one. So get yourself registered, take $125 off, and don't miss this conference. It's going to be a great time. That does it for me this week, so tune in next week. Same BTLD time, same BTLD channel. I'm Heather, and I hope you have a great week.